Hey there! I'm all about easy. Well, I'm always usually about easy. There are times, but I'm all about easy salads this summer. Anything that I can just like whip up pretty simply without making a lot of fuss. And you guys, this is, oh, my burner's being noisy. This is one of those things. Orzo with spinach and tomatoes. I might be renaming it for the title up above, but that's what it says on here. It's an oldie but goodie from Rachel Ray, and I've been making this for a long, long time. I just love it. It feels, I don't do a lot of pasta, honestly, just, I don't know. I like it, but it feels like it's an easy area that I can kind of like not have a ton of it. But in the summer, it does make a delicious salad. So this one is obviously with Orzo, and if you're not familiar, my dog's barking. Orzo is a rice-like looking pasta. So it looks like little tiny pieces of rice, but it actually is made with pasta. And you basically just take some spinach, already ready to go, and some tomatoes, already ready to go. Dump everything in a bowl, and then you take the hot, and also some lemon zest, and you take the hot pasta and dump it over that. And the heat of the pasta wilts everything, makes those tomatoes extra juicy, wakens up all the oil and the lemon zest. And then I'm gonna throw in a little homemade pesto. It's so good. And that's kind of it. And then you can add a protein if you want or have it as a side dish. It's just awesome. We're having some family for dinner tonight, and I'm really excited to serve this one alongside my lemon rosemary balsamic grilled chicken thighs, which is one of my more popular recipes. So check that out if you haven't seen it. All right, let's get started with this one. All right, pasta is going. Definitely salt your water before you put your noodles in, whatever you're cooking always. I've got the pesto on the side, about a half cup. I freeze my pesto in little cubes, so that's just thawing out. Salt and pepper, I'll do a little garnish with that. And then in here, you guys, I just have spinach. I just cut it into like thin little ribbons, and then I kind of cut it in half. Think about what you want to have a bite of. And then the tomato, the lemon zest, and a little bit of lemon juice. So the hot pasta will go on top of this when it's done cooking. All right, hot pasta going down over the veggies. And oh my gosh, it immediately releases like this incredible aroma of lemon. You can kind of start to smell the tomato. It's weird, but the heat does like magic to the veggies. And it'll wilt the spinach, so you're not gonna have big chunks of raw spinach. And yeah, it just, all of a sudden, it just blooms everything. It smells incredible. I'm gonna also pop my my pesto, right down on top. And I'm just gonna let this all sit for a second before I toss it, because we want the heat of that pasta to just kind of like awaken everything without its technical difficulties. I got cut off because my storage was full. Can you relate? So I added the pesto. This has now been sitting for a couple minutes because I had to tend to my storage situation. I needed to delete some things. So it's been sitting for a few minutes. I just now am gonna gently kind of toss everything. You guys, the smell is insane. It is so good. So I like to make this ahead and let it kind of like, just let all the flavors marry together. If you're serving it within like an hour or so, you can just leave it at room temp. Otherwise, pop it in the fridge. You may want to add a little olive oil to kind of bring it back to life. But as you can see, it's pretty green. It's like a decently healthy pasta salad. What I started to say, but then had been cut off, was that the original recipe that Rachel Ray does, she just uses fresh basil. So if you don't have pesto, you could, and you have basil, you could just do fresh basil and a little bit of olive oil, and then throw in, I think, some minced garlic. That's not in the recipe either, but I like that. I will also hit this with a generous amount of fresh grated pepper, and I like the pepper. I think it's great. And a little bit of salt. Additionally, also not in the recipe, but something I like, is a little bit of cheese. I did a Greek version of this with feta, and I added Kalamata olives. Yum. I'm doing goat cheese tonight because I just feel like I like goat cheese and balsamic. I think it goes well together. Some of the chunks that's a log that I kind of cut into little chunks. Some of these will get melty. Some of them will remain whole. It doesn't have to be fancy. This is, again, almost like last week's where it was like the rustic crostata pie type thing. This is like a very easy breezy pasta salad. lots of suggestions, lots of options. So, but I'll give you all the basics and the notes below. I'm gonna let this hang out for a bit and then we're gonna test taste. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, it's test taste time. How pretty is that? Come in for a little close-up beauty shot. You can see a little lemon zest, tomatoes, some goat cheese, the spinach, the pesto. I mean, what's not to like right there? Okay, so I'm just gonna get right in here. A nice healthy bite because why not? I will say, if you can make this room temperature, you're going to thank yourself. All the flavors are so juicy and so present. Pasta, when it gets cold, as I spit, gets a little dry. So if you do chill this for a while before, add a little more, maybe lemon juice and a little bit more olive oil, maybe a touch more pesto, just to kind of rehydrate the noodles. But otherwise, I'm tasting garlic, I'm tasting lemon. I got the like juiciness from the tomato. The spinach gives it a nice little bite and it makes it feel healthy, even though it's pasta. And the goat cheese, yum. And if you don't like goat cheese, you can do feta. Dog wants to go out, I gotta run. All right, you guys, Delight of the Bite. Subscribe, share, tell your friends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm also on Instagram at Delight of the Bite. I don't know what we're doing next week, but I'm sure I'll have a good time with it. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.